Alrighty, hello. Hello. Audio's good. Let's see. Who is here? Mail K, hello, hiyo. One F2, hello. One Druckman, welcome. Lana, Kind Clown, Ava, Osh Posh, thank you so much for the 12 months. Oh, you have a new sub badge, by the way. Congrats. Hope you've been doing amazing. I've been doing okay. Yeah, just hanging in there. Just hanging in there. Keegan, Ninewalker, Avo, hello. Dior bag, hey. What's up? Zen Cutie, joining or excited for Aeon? Aeon, is that a Q's board? I did not join, but I'm excited to see what it's about later on once that goes out, I guess. But no, I did not join it. I was curious, but yeah, just decided to save on funds for now. All right. So today we are building a Geonworks F2. So that's what we're doing today. Yeah. So here we have our board. So first of all, in case you didn't guys know, I got a new board for myself. Well, it was not really new. Not sure if you recall, but my thermal wasn't red before. So I just got a red thermal for myself. I basically just swapped my gray one for a red one. And it looks great, so I'm pretty happy about that. It's a very nice red though, so I'm pretty happy about it. Yeah. Wait, let me see. Did I close that one? Okay, I did. Alright, cool. Alright, let's get started though. Let's get right into it. So today's my first time building a Geonworks F2. I had not seen these before. It seems to come in a different bag. This bag is new to me. I remember the light gray bag that the F1 came in, and this is the F2-84 bag. It's a bit different, a little bit more like TX bag sort of style. Has this very nice smooth exterior to it. Yo, Drew, what's up, dude? Alright, so let's open it up. We have stabs here. These were the films that were for the switches. I guess this is the O-ring? More O-ring? I don't know. We'll have to see what the hardware is all about, because I'm actually not sure. Yeah, first time assembling one, so I hope it's nothing too crazy, but we'll see. Alright, and then we have here some internals, I think. Okay, so we have a Heine PCB. Looks like it's a Heine H87, basically, with a daughterboard compatibility. Yeah. So, Heine PCB with daughterboard compatibility over here. It says H87 NU 1.8 for Geonworks. Pretty cool. Or 1.0 rather, for Geonworks. Cool. And then looks like we have, I assume this is basically like PE foam. We have some stickers. Stickers? Are these stickers? Different material for O-ring? I actually don't know. I'll have to check. Okay, what is this? Oh yeah, these are stickers. Okay, I'm gonna skip the stickers for now, just because I'll let the owner of the board do this themselves. They can figure that out. Did I hear P-foam? Is that time of the day already? I don't know. Ooh, okay, and this is the aluminum plate. Wow. Very cool. So this is the aluminum plate for the F2. Has support. Oh, it's wind keyless only. It's wind keyless only. So it has the blockers. I don't know why they left the 6.25 view here, or yeah, I don't know why this would be here. Such a weird way to do the plate if you're gonna do the blockers anyway. And then step caps lock, splits, ISO support, you know, the usual TKL stuff. But it looks very nice. One thing I do notice on the plate, actually, now that I think about it, is it kind of has these like inner chamfers to the plate cutouts. It's very small, but there's a very small inner chamfer to the plate cutouts. Cool. Dude, where your eyebrows go in that IG selfie? I don't know. Did they disappear? Did I cut them out? Alright, and then we have Geonworks cloth. It's pretty similar to the one from Keycaps, actually. It's like almost the same. Except that this one has an embroidered logo, which is kind of cool. Alright, here's the switches. Lilac switches. These are Durock switches. 65 gram, Tribosys 284, and Deskeys films. Is that GMK Hamon I spy? Yes, that is GMK Hamon over there, yeah. And here's our board. Ooh, okay. The case has these already built-in like slanted pieces for angled keyboards. That's pretty cool. This is actually kind of a nice detail. It's like you don't need to move anything around or anything. It's just kind of there. So that's nice. Alright, so here's our board. I'll leave it, put it down for a sec because it's kind of heavy. And maybe I'll just do this. Alright. So here's our board. Here's our daughter board cable. The board is this nice black matte anodizing. Has the Geonworks logo engraved here in the back. Yo, Mr. Kevin, thank you so much for gifting a tier 1 sub. How you doing, buddy? And then here we have the bottom part of the weight. I mean of the case. Oh, now that I see this, I think I realize what the two bags are. One bag is probably for the O-rings, and one bag is probably for the bottom feet. That's what it was. There were like two little plastic bags with like rubber stuff inside of them, but now I realize what they are. Alright, but very nice. The F2, I have to say, is a very elegant design. It's very, very cool. The Geonworks logo kind of more prominent there now that it's been engraved in that way. And then you know, centered USB port if you haven't seen it. And like the reflection of the weights, like, you know, you can see everything in my room. But yeah, and then let's see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 screws at the top, 3 screws at the bottom here, and then a bunch of screws obviously holding the weight, about 6 screws of them, or 7 screws. This seems to be a separate piece to hold the daughter board in, so you can actually pull out this piece here, just an aluminum piece that holds the daughter board down to the center. And then there's an engraving down here that says Geon, and then engravings here that says F2-84 designed and manufactured in South Korea. So that's basically what the engravings are inside of the board. Okay, so I think I'm gonna disassemble this keyboard first. So let's actually disassemble it first. Is it fairly heavy? Yeah, it's pretty heavy. I can bring a scale, but it's really heavy. Korean flags, where you at? I have actually never seen a Korean flag on any of the boards that I've, like any Korean board actually. I actually don't think it's very common for the Korean flag to be on products. I don't think I've seen one. Alright, this weighs 6 pounds and 10 ounces, which in kilograms is gonna be basically 3 kilograms in weight, and that's 3 kilograms unbuilt, so still pretty heavy. Yeah, I think if you include all this, it's like 3.5 kilograms, so pretty heavy. Yeah. Oh, Sauron, what's up, dude? Do you finish? Are you still playing Cities? It's now Saint Lightning's Clinic. Oh my god. The scratch on the weight makes me a little sad. I don't think it's a big deal. I think this is like whatever. Honestly. I honestly, if this were my own keyboard, I couldn't care less about the inside scratch on the weight. It's really minor, and I personally don't care about it. Oh wait, the wrong screwdriver size. I'm done for today. Nice. Okay, so from what I can see here, it looks like the screws here first remove the bottom weight piece here. So you need to remove this bottom weight piece, and then I think you're gonna and then I think there are screws that hold the rest of the piece down to disassemble it. So I think I'm just supposed to remove this first. Okay, yep, and that was right. And so maybe I'll just keep the screws together so they don't get lost. And here's the daughter board already. Unfortunately, you do not have access to the daughter board until you completely disassemble the case. So I would say that's a little. I mean, I'm just gonna take it apart anyway, just because I want to kind of open it up and show you guys what it looks like on the inside, and then I'm just gonna continue with the build. Diego, just want to say thank you for saying couldn't care less. So many people could care less, and it triggers me so hard. Oh, you mean like the grammar of that phrase? Oh yeah. I also dislike it when people don't get the grammar right. All right, so let's take out all the screws here. We have 3 longer screws for the back, and 3 shorter screws for the front. Okay. Actually, well, I might as well just flip it over now. Okay, so take out the top piece here. So the top piece is quite similar to the F1. The only difference with the F1 here for the top piece is that instead of separate pieces of the O-ring that, you know, the cut O-ring that goes at the on the bottom and top edges, instead you have one long strip that kind of goes through the whole, you know, through the whole tab. So that's pretty much the only difference with the F1 as far as the design of this goes. Yeah, but still a pretty nice black matte anodizing on this. Yeah. Alright, put that aside. Alright, and then the bottom piece is pretty much just similar. Like, again, this is very similar to the F1. Again, the only difference being that, yeah, you don't have like separate pieces separating like the different parts of the cluster here. I mean, a lot of that has to do with the fact that the USB is centered now, and so it's just all of the bottom piece. So there's no cutouts or anything like that. And then here you have your weight. So this is stainless steel. It's been I guess it's been finished. There's 6 screws holding the weight here. Don't need to remove it, fortunately. And I'm just gonna actually remove the daughter board as well here. But yeah, you can see it from the bottom here. The bottom part is polished. And yeah. Is it a scuffed F2? It doesn't look really scuffed to me, to be honest. But I mean, it depends on what you define scuffed as, you know. All right, so this piece here is very simple. It just is held by this one screw that's countersunk, and it's just this piece that holds the daughter board. So this is pretty nifty. This piece as a whole just holds the daughter board cable and the daughter board itself. and that just gonna kind of get slotted in there where the weight is placed as well. So pretty nice, pretty nifty. So you can actually just remove this and use this as a way to test your PCB. Obviously I didn't have to do all that, but I'm just doing it just to show you what the internals are like. And then we can grab our PCB here and test it out. I mean the weight issue and the milling issue in the corner. Oh, I see. What was the milling issue again? Is it on the top piece? I don't really see a defect on this, so I'm gonna say no. USB cutout? Oh, okay. So let's see. USB cutout. It looks okay to me. So I'm gonna guess this is fine. It's misaligned on some units. Oh, I see. Okay, maybe I'll see if that's an issue when I put it back together, but it doesn't look like it at first glance. See, I knew it was blacks because it sounded so good. Yeah, I mean, I just transferred the build that I had on my old gray thermal to this red one. Pretty much, that's all I did. Okay, so PCB works as expected. And then let's just get VIA opened up here. I'm pretty sure I have a layout file for my personal one, so I'm just gonna use that. Alright, layouts. We have bottom row, it's gonna be when keyless. Right? And then we have everything's normal. Okay, that's cool. And then just gonna make sure to turn off all of the lighting because we don't want our case to get bleached by accident. Does this use an H87A? H87C. Yeah, so USB-C port for a daughter board, but yeah, it's H87C or H87NU, which I think is just supposed to be like no USB port, so it's like daughter board connected. That's the only difference though. Technically you can do this with an H87A where you snip off the USB portion. You can actually snip it off or like, you know, cut it off with cutters, and then you can just attach the correct connector on it. So that's also doable on a lot of the more recent H87s. So yeah. Trusting people to remove it? Oh, for sure. I mean, I do think that like people probably get too scared to do it, though it's not too complicated. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That said, it shouldn't be a very complicated thing to try to do. Okay. Cool, everything's working. Nice. Alright. So quick test. Everything's good. Just gonna unplug this now. Yeah, as you can see, I got a little burn mark here. I like scraped myself against something, I think. I don't even know why. I don't know when it happened. I just kind of was there. It's like it's already red. Remove anything from anyone's PCB? DM me. I think it was just Apex that had the issues. Yeah, I think maybe it was just a small batch of them, huh? So I don't think I need any of these extra screws. I think all these extra screws are just literally extra screws. Like, these are just in case you lose any stuff. So I can just leave that alone. And we can get right onto the build. Hey, one-way theory, how's it going? How's the weight on these F2? What? How's the weight on this unit? F2 is nice. Oh, it looks nice. It looks good. Have a fun stream. Oh, sounds good. Have a good night, Soran. I just built it yesterday, says Project Sato. Ah, very nice. Do you like it? I built it plateless. Oh, very nice. Sounds fun. Alright, so I'm gonna use this foam by default. It's just a sheet. It's not even... Do you really say this? Like, it's like a sheet. It's not even foam, right? I mean, it's a sheet. I mean, it is foam, but it's like so thin. But I mean, I'll use this by default. And let's see, what do we have here? Let's just see what we have here. Okay, so this is the O-ring that you can cut and place. And yeah, as I was already expecting, this is the Geonworks feet for the bottom piece. So this will line the bottom later on. Just because I thought some of the weights had machining issues and chipping. Oh, I see. It doesn't. I don't see anything here that particularly bothers me. I mean, I think if you're expecting a lot of the weight parts to be like super perfect, maybe there might be something. But I personally don't really see anything that's like, oh my god, this is unusable. But yeah. It looks okay, at least at first glance. Would it be too nerdy to bust out an HKB to type during uni class? I mean, do you care what other people think in your university class? I feel like when I went to college, nobody gave a shit about what you were doing unless you were being disruptive. So, honestly, who cares? The thing is, yeah, I think even if you... Yeah, I think even... The thing about Topper is it's not that it's that quiet either. So, I feel like, yeah, you might definitely want to have something that's kind of on the quieter side, because it can be kind of disruptive. To be honest. Random question, but why do some people replace the top O-ring with the silicone ones? Just because they want to try something different. Keegan. Just because they want to maybe use something softer or something like stiffer. I don't know how they actually compare. Well, I just don't remember. But I mean, yeah, it would just be to try something different. Also, yeah, I'm worrying about the noise. I mean, I think what you should do is just try it in your room first and see if it's kind of loud for like what if you heard that in a classroom, would it bother you? Like if it would bother you, I feel like it would bother anybody else too. Or like you can ask a friend or something who's not really into keywords or something like that, and just be like, would this bother you if you were hearing this during a class? Then if the answer is yes, then you probably shouldn't use it. Oh, MSA, hello. Someone even brought Ergo keyboard to class. I mean, again, it all depends on whether you feel like it's disruptive or not. Take notes with pen and paper. Yeah, I'm a pen and paper person, by the way. So for me, I find myself using pen and paper more often than not. So I personally wouldn't really, I don't think it would matter much. Bring the keyboard to the library and see how many dirty looks you get. That's a good way to try too. Although classrooms are a little bit louder than that. Yeah. Do you know why Geon is making an F260 and not an F265? Because he likes to. He wants to make a 60 and not a 65. Specifically because he wants to make a 60 because he has a 65 design already, and that's called the Vanquish. So I think it's more like he wants to make a 60 and that's it. Like I don't really think there's any other reasons other than I want to make this. Frog Mini is 62. Yeah. Frog Mini should be 60 as well. But yeah, I mean, in the enthusiast community, it's kind of a half-half response where you do have a lot of 65 users and a lot of 60 users. So I think that 65 is the obvious choice is a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit disingenuous, I would say. This chat is full of old men. Geon likes wind keyless, weird Korean layout according to Chris Lee. Chris Yee, oh, Christopher Yee. My bad, not Lee. I saw the CH for like Christian or Chris, and I thought Chris Lee because I have a few friends whose name is Chris Lee, so I got confused. But I actually don't have any friends whose names is Christopher. Like Christopher with a K. I'm just glad he's not making a 75. I mean, who knows, right? Maybe it's just a matter of time. I have adapted to 60, but 65 is way better IMO. I need arrow keys for my work, and having to hit a mod to use arrows slows me down a lot. I actually am more efficient using a 60 than a 65. So, and even for work where I actually do use arrow keys pretty much all the time. I'm very used to the HKB style arrows now, so that for me it's not a bother at all. One thing that also I do like about the HKB style arrow keys is that the navigation's right there too, like page up, page down. I actually use page up, page down like all the time. So for me to have that right next to the arrow keys is really, really convenient. I mean, it is also next to the arrow keys on a 65, but you actually have to move your hands like slightly up, and like that's a little bit inconvenient. It's not a big difference, but it made a difference for me at least. Any Vim arrows available? I mean, I use Vim keys when I'm on Vim, but I don't use Vim arrows outside of Vim, is what I is what I've kind of realized. I was like, I actually tried IJKL, WASD, and Vim, and I think the one that ended up working best was HKB style. And then yeah, like within specific places, I will use like Vim or WASD, but it's very rare. I never use page up, page down, but I use home end a lot. Yeah, I mean it's kind of like, I mean all the navigation stuff for me, it's like right there anyway. So yeah, I mean I use it a lot too. Let's see what chat prefers, 60 or 65. I also want to burn these points. Okay, fine. I'll let you do that. Zaniox, yeah, hello. Yeah, hello. Okay, let's do a poll. What layout does chat prefer? 60%, 65%. And then... Alright, there. You can rig the vote so that Kevin can burn his points and feel good about himself. Imagine if nobody but Kevin votes and it's suddenly just Kevin spending all his points. Oh shit, Lana, push-ups, damn. I haven't done that in a while actually, huh? Yeah, I'll do some in just a sec. Fine, let's just do it now while the poll is going. So someone keep track of the poll while I do these push-ups or whatever. Okay. Is it just 10? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, okay. Good form though. I actually don't feel like it's too good. It's okay. But that's why I always do like 1 or 2 extra more so I can make up for the lack of effort for bad form. Oh man, Drew, I already sat down. Oh wow, people are really spending their points. 9 walkers spent 8,000 points. Holy shit. Wow. Nice rig, bro. Elbows could be a bit tucked. Oh yeah. I do know about the elbows. Okay, fine. I'll do these 10 more push-ups in after I get through these housings. Fine. I'll get through them. Don't worry. Make it 20? No worries. I mean, I think I capped it at 30 just so it doesn't take too much time. But yeah, sure, I'll do them. I did work out earlier today. The level of insecurity in chat is intense, just like what you like. I mean, Isn't being in the hobby all about pushing your preferences on somebody else? Easy. Isn't it all about going on the internet and shitting on other people? Did I misunderstand this whole thing? Gosh damn. Oh my god. I should reconsider why I'm doing this. I thought it was all about going in public, on stream, live stream, recorded, just to say, fuck off, your preferences suck, and I'm right. Kona W. The true hobby is complaining? Yeah. And saying T-word. Okay, buddy. Oh, Jokobo, thank you so much for the 22 months. Wow. 22. Damn. If you don't like what I like, you're wrong. Yeah, seriously. Imagine being incorrect, wrong, you know, on the wrong side of the road. Imagine. I shall now rename this stream to Trash Taste, where we don't talk about our taste being trash. We trash on other people's tastes. Is it a coincidence that it is the same name as a particular podcast? Probably not. T-worders, all they say is trash, and trash starts with T. You should rename it Gatekeeper Keyboards. Yeah, GK for Gatekeeper, Goalkeeper, whatever you want. Also, might as well just take Glorious Keyboards. I find this also very applicable for photography too. One guy I watched said Fujifilm colors are very muddy. Fujifilm users unites fight me. I mean, Fujifilm's colors are really nice in my opinion. They're very vibrant actually. They're not muddy at all. I don't know why someone would say they're muddy. I don't think they're muddy. If anything, out of the different out of camera colors, Sony is probably the worst. And then like some of the best are like Nikon and Fuji, as far as the bigger brands. And then you know, there's like the other stuff that's a little bit more kind of like textured. The selling point of Fuji was always colored. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm like, out of the camera, it's like Fuji is all about that like really nice unedited JPEG that you can create out of the camera, and it looks really good, and you don't really have to tweak it much, if at all. That's for me what the selling point of Fuji would be, aside from the beautiful like vintage style kind of cameras, you know, like where it's like also about the aesthetic of the camera body itself. I think Hime was too warm to his liking. Well, then just turn the temperature slider down. Very difficult, right? I mean, if you're gonna edit all your pictures anyway, right? If you're gonna tell people you know, if you're going to tell people that you also have to edit them raw or whatever, might as well not complain about that. Just? Yeah. Alright. I'll do those 20 push-ups that I owe. Alright. This hobby is too gatekeepy. Whew. Now I'm breathing a little harder. Well, actually, it's because I'm wearing like a long sleeve and it's really hot in my room. So, do you change your shelf back there? Am I tripping? No, it's still the same. I might have reorganized a few things, but I mean, it's still the same shelf. I might have just reorganized a few things though. Cute sloth tee. Oh, thank you. It's from Hungerworks Studio, the artisan maker. It's actually their art. What is that emo, Drew? Dude. I do not know what I'm looking at. I don't know what that emote is about. I am innocent. Yeah, what is that? Oh my gosh. Can someone explain it to me? Oh, Soren came back? Hello, Soren. What'd you come back for? Soren, explain it to him. Oh, Brandon? Brandon's favorite? Yeah. Where's Brandon? I guess he's too busy enjoying life on a Saturday. Imagine. Couldn't be me. Being outside on a Saturday? Dude. Actually, who knows where he is? Imagine having the perfect thermal. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so Mr. Mar, I changed my gray one for a red one and it was totally worth it, I think. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I still have to take pictures of this new one, but I literally just got it this last week, so all I did was just transfer the build over to this one. It's the same build as I had before. Weather really nice out here too. Perfect time to stay inside. Imagine enjoying life and not watching lightning keywords while spawning gray hairs out of pure anger. Yeah, seriously. Anger that stems just from watching me, right? Because whatever I do is anger inducing. Bro. Not matching your cable and your artisan? Bruh. Using stock searches? Bruh. Why is my streamer not using XHTBDZ when everyone else tells me to? Yep, smart. I'll change my black one for a white. Oh, that's cool. That's nice. I actually saw, dude, the other day, or was it today? I actually don't know. The other day, I think I saw a thermal for 300 bucks on Mech Market. 300! It looked fine. Dude. So cheap. I was like, holy shit. I was so tempted. I was like, I already have one, but holy fuck, that looks so nice. For it's such a good deal. There is a red one for 450, which is also wild. Yeah, so I picked up the 420 something one, and it was basically new. I mean, it had been used, but like it was fine. And then, you know, I just like my gray one basically went out for the same price, so it was just basically a gray red swap. Wow, ODM sentenced. Thermal punches above its weight? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Zeo makes the passports as well. Hiya. I mean, I guess it is pretty cringe, to be honest. If you are, for example, like, no offense to anybody who is in it right now, but obviously if you were in the Rookie Round 2 group buy, it's pretty cringe to see that Rookie Round 3 April Fools. To be quite frank with you, it's pretty cringe. Like, that's cool, but like, that's funny, sure, from an outside perspective, but is it? Like, for the people who are in it, they're like, well, haha, I'm laughing out of pity on myself. Diego, why are you bringing this shit up? This is my safe space. Feels bad. Yeah, I know. It's just, I just thought it was crass too. Like, funny in the sense that, like, haha, I guess you can do that on Keycap. Just make a username that looks basically the same. Kinda cringe though. That's the funny part about people making fun of other at the, you know, at their expense, is that if it doesn't affect them, right? Haha, so funny. Haha, so miserable. And then when it's about them, it's all about the bitching. It's all about, oh my god, where's my refund? My credit card company refused to do the refund. And that kind of shit. Oh my god, GMK lead times are so high. I want my money back. Oh my god, but the vendor is charging 3% restocking fees. It's like, bruh. Like, at least you're getting a refund. It wasn't actually Jack's? Yeah, it wasn't. You didn't notice? It was a brand new account made on April Fools. Just to post that. And then it got nuked eventually, but yeah. Give the guy a slap. Will Smith style. Yeah. Keep my ice cream machine out your fucking Keycap posts. Well, that was the greatest moment on Keycaps so far in history. The whole ordeal was also dumb. You mean the Chris Rock Will Smith thing? Yeah, I mean of course it was pretty dumb. It's just lack of self-control. An emote called Skiffed as a pun on scuffed, and it's a Rukia. F. No, you know the peek emote, like the blob peeking behind the brick wall. Do that, but with a Rukia, I guess. So that's like Skiffed. It's like it's not really a Rukia. It's peeking out, but you know, but it's supposed to be hidden. If you want, you can put it on an ice cream cone. Self-control, don't have it. Me neither. I know that feeling. Oh yeah, Ninewalker, I saw the info that you sent out, so just let me know whenever that's ready. Someone can make it and I'll upload it? I mean, yeah. It's like saying, oh yeah, someone can make my emotes, my sub emotes, and I'll just upload them too. It's like, yeah, you can go ahead and make them. Free labor. Speaking of which, I was actually thinking of, you know how, you know Patty Shinching Wong? I was thinking that there's times when I sometimes could stream, but I don't really feel like having my face cam on because I'm kind of like looking like crap or just not in the mood to be on camera. And I was gonna do like that like VTuber like thing where like triggers, like it's like triggers on talk. I was thinking I needed to make something like that, but I need to make the speaking and the default emotes, or like the illustrations. Not like we tune because of your face. Oh, I know you don't. I actually have really low self-esteem, and I personally don't really think people will tune in because of the way I look. That's for sure. Couldn't give a shit about that. You could make it people talk. True, but that's not like. Well, yeah, I guess you could. People talk. The whole stream just people talk. But yeah, I need to get around to doing that at some point. That way, maybe I'll do like off-stream builds. I can just do that, and like supposedly off-stream builds, and then just casually like do that so that I don't have to like do all the extra work. Meow go fuck when you're talking, dude. Yeah, true. Could yeah, we have a few options is what I'm saying. We can think about it. Maybe in the meantime I can use those, and then if I decide that I can ask my artist to make those other illustrations, I might just do that later. I mean, or update it later on rather. I know people talk though. I have people talk on Discord at least. I love that emote actually. People talk, it's so good. Kinda just makes me imagine people just being like blah 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 blah. Just have it as still image as JD as your VTuber model. Oh my god. What if it's just what if it's just JD and then mirror the image each time I talk? Like the JD jam emote? Like the rave emote, but just make it flip whenever I talk. JD streams. That'll save me money and time probably. Could just use JD cam as face cam. True. It's kind of a scam though, because that just means that you'll see human hands build. I guess it's like JD ordering me to do a build, right? It's like this human is just building keyboards on my behalf. He's just the boss. Head honcho JD with right hand and left hand. Ron and Nono. Oh, the pop? Yeah, but JD, well, that you actually have to illustrate it because you need to make it like, you need to make a drawing of that. Yeah, would have to, it would be the same as commissioning it, so yeah, I'll probably have to ask someone to do it, or like, you know, the artists I normally use for emotes, for example. Should probably do it at some point though. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Is this supposed to be like here? Wait, what the hell? How does this work? It doesn't have stab cutouts. Hold on. How does this work? Is this to prevent? Is this to prevent shorting? Is this to prevent shorting? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see now. That's fine. Okay, cool. I was so confused because this looks the same as the Mr. Suit one, you know? Diego, please? Dude, look. Literally, only one of my keyboards, no, two of my keyboards has like shit inside of the case, and that's not to prevent shorting. It's just because I put shelf liner in it. None of my keyboards short. So I don't have to use any sheets to prevent shorting. You know? It literally has no cutouts. Yeah, I know. I mean, it just has the USB one, so that's what it is, right? I put paper for my F1 because it's plateless. Oh, I see. So look, I even had my, you know how I have my Xeno is plateless with the what should I call it? What was Sony's thing? What was the thing? Oh yes, the SIMP kit, the SIMP kit. So that thing doesn't short either, unless you press it like extra hard, which is very unrealistic. Yeah, the 3D printed tabs. Yeah, the one that Sony sent. So those were also fine. S-word. I know. This is the same level as Can You Take the Badge Out streamer boo boo. Hey, look. That one was particularly bad. There's levels of boo boo-ness. From big time streamer Miyago 11, just kidding, lightning keyboards. Number one boo boo was obviously my self doxing in chat, But outside of that, it was probably the badge, and then, you know, slight other misunderstandings and misconceptions. That was a great moment. I mean, it was a very poorly timed moment, that's for sure. If you're a keyboard streamer, the rite of passage is to dox yourself. The good thing about keyboard streams is that there aren't many people. Like, if you were like a, I don't even know. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I've seen more malicious intent, like maliciously intended people in other spaces more than in keyboards, at least. That said, there's some sus shit that happens in keyboards that I'm just like, what? What? Check again. Lightning Keyboards Fan 69 is outside. It's okay. Lightning Keyboards Fan 69 is like a bodyguard. If it's gonna rain, Lightning Keyboards Fan 69 knocks on my window and says, "Hey man, you should take your raincoat." I see the same 15 people in chat, so most people probably just have you in the background sound. Yeah, true. Yo, I killed the Adoring fan in Oblivion. F that guy. Wow. Damn, that's toxic. Dude, why would you do that? How dare you? My most adoring fan? Lightning Keyboards Fan 69 is invited if he brings tacos. Yeah. Smudge. Maybe this is the reason taco prices went up to $3.50 a taco, because Lightning Keyboards Fan 69 was not running errands anymore, and they're like, oh shit. We're just gonna raise the price. Because I guess Lightning Keyboards Fan 69, you know, doesn't need this deal from us anymore. $3.50? Yeah. They went up to $3.50 a taco now. It's unfortunate. So that's why I haven't been getting them as much lately anymore. 150? Oh, I mean, 150 is like, is this because New York City? Yeah, most likely. Well, mix of things. There is an inflation in prices for food in general, but New York City prices definitely don't help either. Yeah. Is a euro a taco? Yeah, kinda. A euro is kind of a taco, yeah. But it's not the same in the sense that, like, tacos like entail a tortilla. And euros don't really, like, aren't tortillas per se. I mean, they are still, you can still, like, hold it similar to a taco, but... Is a chalupa a euro? I don't know. Is a sope an open-faced sandwich? Huh. Yeah, I guess, huh. I mean, it's like saying, is a gordita, or... No, I mean, yeah, like sopes and gorditas, right? Are they like pizzas in a way? It's like, is it like Mexican pizza? I want the Owlab Spring so bad, but Owlab doesn't ship to Germany, and our Mech Market has no sellers for it. Wait, our Mech Market has no sellers for this spring? Are you sure about that? I feel like I've seen some. What board do you want so badly, or do you have the board that you want it so badly? I mean, there's been a lot of keyboards that I've purchased over time that I've wanted. Yeah. I mean, I was supposed to just. I wasn't supposed to get this red thermal, but I wanted it badly enough that I basically just switched it over to this red one. Like otherwise, I was just gonna have no thermal for a while. But yeah. There are no sellers in Germany for the spring. I mean, that probably is because of the shipping situation, right? That is kind of unfortunate. How come they don't ship to Germany? I don't get it. What's there about Germany for them to not ship there? Somewhat strange. What about the rest of Europe? Like, why Germany and not, like, what about the rest? Are they also not shipping to the rest of Europe? That's my question, really. Sope are in the parlance of today's youth bussin'. Sopes are great. They're super yummy. It can be that all are canceled. What? That's awful. That's honestly pretty awful. Where's Smoge? Where's Smoge? We don't have Smoge. We added so many new emotes, animated emotes, but we don't have Smoge. Fake news. I didn't delete it. Are you sure? I mean, I haven't touched the dashboard in like forever, aside from adding you, I think. Smudge. Imagine not shipping to the place where our cherry gods originated from. Yeah, I know. They don't ship to Illinois. Just kidding. But that's actually where cherry is based. But Juan, thank you so much for the 19 months, buddy. How are you doing? How are you on this nice Saturday? I thought they were German. No, it's just an American company pretending to be German because a lot of their manufacturing moved to Germany, but they're not necessarily German. It's an American company. It's an American-owned company. Their headquarters are like in Illinois, but they moved to Germany like a long time ago, like in the 80s. Or actually, I don't know, maybe even before. If you look up the Cherry Corp wiki, I think it says there. But yeah, they did make a lot of the stuff in Germany though, manufacturing wise. Oh, these switches are pretty nice. Like smooth. They do still have a little bit of that T1 style leaf tactility, but they're pretty smooth. There's one seller for the spring, but he wants a black F2-84 and the spring. I asked a little bit around, but no one else sells trades. I think it's a little bit too early, Shadow Fighter. I think it's because the spring just shipped too. So that's probably why it's gonna be a little bit harder to find it, especially if they didn't sell it in Europe. So it might take a little bit of time. If they actually did not sell it in Europe and it just shipped, it might just be a little time until it kind of like settles and starts moving a little bit in the market. So I wouldn't get too impatient about it yet. It pretty much just shipped though. I'm pretty sure about that part. Outlap stuff settles down to a near retail price. Yeah, it's true. A lot of the Outlap stuff, because they do like sometimes do several rounds and whatnot, they do tend to gravitate lower on pricing later on. Alright, cool. That sounds good. He definitely found this right shift situation very hard. Oh, you mean the layout thing? Yeah, I mean, I personally was like, that's a right away no. Layout wise, it's pretty odd. Odd choice to have that. Do you know if Outlap does another round of spring, or will they go on? I don't know. It's hard to. I wouldn't know that. I only use right shift for exclamation point. I use right shift for like most things, I think. And then I use left shift a lot for like a lot of the shortcuts. A lot of shortcuts I use left shift for. Like shortcuts that have to do with like Windows or like my email or like, yeah, some other things. But I think in regular typing I tend to use right shift quite a bit. He said, well, he can do tap up arrow for up arrow and held for right shift. He said I found a time I wasn't holding long enough, so it just goes up. Oh, I see. Yeah, tap and hold. For me, tap and hold literally only works for space and function. That's it. Tap and hold for anything else seems super impractical because the hold timer is, you need to hold it for a little bit longer, I think. Maybe you're able to control that on QMK like source files, but I actually have not looked into it, so I'm not sure how that would work out. If you prefer right shift, you prefer to divide? QK65 sold out in 9 minutes? Wow. They're really selling a lot of boards, eh? Good for them. Good for them. I use tap and hold on caps lock. Oh yeah, I've seen people do that too. I think the most regular tap and hold that I've seen is, yeah, caps lock, control, or function. And then there's space and function, and then escape and tilde. I've seen that a lot on like on people who use like 60%, for example. Oh, shift right in computer science is a division by 2. Oh, I see. You mean like bit shifts? Oh yeah, I mean, I get it. It's been a while since I took any computer science class, actually. Like, I think I took, like, discrete math and data structures and algorithms, like, God, I don't even know how long ago that was. It's like 6 years ago? No, 7 years ago? It was fun. I enjoyed taking those classes, but it was so long ago. That said, I'm not a computer science major, so I wouldn't have taken like a lot of other stuff. I just took like the... Which program were you in? I was a physics and electrical engineering major. I doubled majored. Yeah. I'm not a CS. I was not a CS major. Discrete math is useful to EE2. I mean, discrete math is overall pretty useful, in my opinion. It's like one of those classes that's pretty fundamental for most like general higher level logic related stuff. And it's not like, I mean, it depends also on what kind of like linear algebra class you took. You can also do like proof based stuff. So, but yeah. Split backspace is life. I mean, I like split backspace on smaller boards, yeah. Like 60%. Or sometimes 65s occasionally. Depends on the case. It's just more ergonomic. You mean split backspace? Yeah, I mean that's the premise behind it is that it's supposed to be easier to access for your pinky. Yeah. I like full BS on 60. That's not HK purely for aesthetics. I also really like full backspace just for that sound of the full backspace. When you tap full backspace, it sounds so nice, both on TKLs and 60%. Yeah, I don't know. I especially like, I don't know. I feel like, and both are good. Like both are great on 60s. Like both full and split. To be honest, like I don't really find it absolutely necessary to have either or. It doesn't really bother me, cause even if I make mistakes, I get used to it after like a minute or two at best. Yeah. So if I own like several 60s, I normally just have one with, one without, like that. If they're like the same layout. Split backspace was to recover the tilde key? Yes, it was, yes. The original idea of split backspace is to literally, well, split the backspace so that you can have two different keys rather than one. It was, the backspace was just shifted. Technically, split backspace is like a misnomer in the sense that like, the backspace was just shifted down by one, right? Like in the rows. But yeah, it was to introduce it was to keep the tilde on the board, on the main layer. Oh wait, I have all the switches. Okay, cool. Okay, I guess we have a few extras here. Alright, it's time to solder. I use my 60 layout on 65, 75 DKL. The extra keys are just there for decoration. I actually see people do that with their what's that God, I try to remember what it was. Oh yeah, like there are TKLs and stuff, and they put like artisans and whatnot. I'm like, man, it looks so busy when they do that. Like when they put like all these artisans caps on like F-row and like the nav cluster and whatnot. It looks super busy. But I mean, it is technically keys that they don't even use, so it's like, yeah, it's like makes sense. It's like a macro. It's like a macro pad where you just put those keys to use by putting placeholder caps on them. Use space hold as layer 2, and on layer 2 I have arrows and F keys mapped to regular keys. So that is basically the principle behind 40s. If they're apt to use like split keys or like certain keys for layer keys, and then keeping all your fingers on home row / like the main cluster, and you can basically type on everything available to you right at the reach of your fingertips. I need the digits, yeah. That's pretty much how I feel about 40s in general, is that I have a hard time with F keys and numbers. That is definitely the hardest part of using 40s, in my opinion. For me, at least. Symbols and digits. Alright, let's start soldering. The Gentrifier, hello! How's it going? How are you? F keys for me, space and digit. Yeah, like FN plus digit, FN plus number is normally F keys on like 60%, right? So so that's normally what I use. Did you score another nerd nest? No, I only have that one. That's the NRD nest on the left, the Robin Zeg blue color, and the burgundy-ish looking one here. That's a alchemy tray from Yeffi / alchemy CNC. They're different, but no, I haven't gotten any other NRD nests. I mean, I personally think that I don't think I'll get another one unless like I were to replace this one. Yeah. Do you feel like the Space 65 round 3 will sell out in a few minutes? I don't know, to be honest, I think that keyboards just sometimes vary a lot in terms of how quickly they might sell out and how like hype quote unquote they might be. Sometimes it's about timing. Like I've seen boards quote unquote not sell out because it's just not a great time to sell them. Like, if I have to say, holiday season is never a good time to sell for a lot of people because people are trying to sell stuff to afford like holiday gifts and whatnot. And then there's like the tax season. It's only like after tax season that people actually kind of recover because it's like they file taxes, they can budget for the rest of the year, they know what they've paid and what they owe, or what they've gotten paid from their refunds, and especially in the United States. So like tax day in the United States, it's on April 15 regularly. And so yeah, so like most people will be filing their taxes between like February and April. But so yeah, I think it'll just vary. Like I think sales just like spike and up and down depending. And then because the Space 65 is refunds for taxes, I'm not giving the IRS a 0 interest loan. Yeah, I mean, it depends on your situation. I mean, people who get a lot of withheld tax money, they get refunds. I mean, I normally owe the IRS money, so there's that. But yeah, especially the Space 65 is like around 3 now, so I do kind of feel like the demand for it maybe has tapered down a little bit now, but who knows? Maybe they brought it back because the demand was pretty high, as in like people kept asking about it. So that would actually be a good reason for it to sell out quickly, because people were just asking for it constantly. They're like, oh, it's been a while, why don't you just do a rerun? We can promise we'll buy it out, blah, blah. Like, you know, a lot of people who like have said that, and then that means it's basically hyped up, right? So that could be another factor of having it sell out pretty quickly. So yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. Alright, I'm not in the mood to go over a long spiel, but do check out the sponsors of the channel from Canon Keys, CBB Planet, Kinetic Labs, Novel Keys. We have Omnitype, who has some GMK sets in stock. Prime Keyboards, who is now back. Project Keyboard, Salvin, and Space Cables, both of whom are selling MW Satellite at the moment for group buy. But if you have any questions about any particular vendors, do ask. But yeah, I think most of you probably already know, at least all the familiar names here already know what they sell. Some of them do offer discounts, like I have discounts for CBB. I have some affiliate discounts for like Keyspresso in Canada, and L-Board. Yeah. But yeah. You can also get discounts on novel keys for any in-stock items. Don't think it applies to every single item. I think sometimes when the brand new products come in stock, the codes don't apply. But for most cases, it should apply the promo code BOLT for 5% off. I use lightning discount for a plate. I highly recommend using discount. It works as promised. Yeah, it is true. You can get a discounted plate on CB Planet. Actually, a lot of people have been asking me about like CB Planet plates, and I personally highly recommend it. I've made a few plates that I actually still need to build on, a couple of them. And for example, the ultra high molecular weight polyethylene plate that I had for my Keycap 165 was a CB Planet plate, and that worked pretty nicely. Like didn't really have the whole like drooping plastic plate issue, so that was pretty sweet. Yeah, I haven't had any issues with them, especially like with plastic or like more delicate materials. P for the Nox Ray lead time are a bit long. Yeah, the lead time is inevitable because they basically allow you to do one-off orders, and basically that means that they're submitting orders like either in batches or like even if it's immediate, it's like a new file and new it's like a separate prep work. So that's probably why. It's not like they're putting all of the same plates together and waiting for for it to all run together. So yeah. The bongo cat trays are nice. Yeah, I mean I have 2 of them. I've been so tempted to get like some of the other ones because the colors are super cute, but I mean I already have enough trays as it is. Who was the person that got a CB plate with a missing switch cutout? Brandon, I'm pretty sure. He got like a... Was it Brandon? Yeah, I think it was Brandon, right? He got like an Alice plate. I think he posted on Discord, if I recall. Dinner time here. Thank you for the stream. Oh, no worries, Derek. Have a good one. Have a good dinner. Hope dinner's yummy. Oh yes, I actually do have. Well, I got some switches from CBB that I haven't like lubed or anything, but they're basically these new switches. I think they're called the Piggy switches. They're like pink with like this milky like top, similar to like the OP Black kind of top. It looks pretty cute. I haven't lubed them or tried them just yet. I did get a bag of those. I'll probably build something with those. Maybe I was thinking of maybe building Dolphin with that. So yeah, maybe I'll get to that soon. But they're like, you know, they're like similar to OB Blacks, Popus. So like the new ones. Kind of like pretty smooth, like 65 grammage spring, regular like pole, like stem length. Yeah. Okay, I think I didn't miss anything. Oh, I missed one here, but it's fortunately just one. Okay. All right. Okay, looks good. All right. All right, cool. Let's test our PCB first. Alright, cool. Everything works. Nice. Alright, so let's put the rest of it together now. Okay, so the way this works is similar to the F1, pretty sure. So the idea here is we have this long piece of O-ring, and then this is basically gonna have a piece of O-ring wedged into the top piece here, all along the length of the top piece here on both sides. And then we're gonna put on a strip here, and then a strip on the bottom. Basically gets sandwiched by this O-ring rubber piece. So just cut it there. Actually, just gonna grab some tweezers. Just maybe mark it here. Okay. I've heard aligning the weight is kind of annoying. Is it? Interesting. I don't know. we'll see if it's any difficult or anything like that. Same thing for the bottom here, just insert this as you go. Okay, chop that off. Okay. Why not measure first then cut? Isn't that basically what I'm doing? That's literally what I'm doing. I'm literally measuring first on the piece itself and then cutting, right? Doing it wrong. Idiot sandwich. Yeah, gosh. Imagine. Hey Diego, I saw your F18X with alpacas. Do you think banana splits or FFF switches will sound similar to that, or alpacas have a unique sound profile? Technically they should be similar. As far as, I think one thing that I would just double check if you really want to make sure it's like the same, it's to see if the housing materials are the same. If the housing materials are the same, they should be pretty similar. If not, you might want to, if not, then yeah, like you can assume that it will be slightly different with alpacas versus those switches that you just mentioned. But yeah, I would first check that the materials are like match, basically. I mean, that's gonna be a big determinant on whether you'll have like the same sound, right? So. And of course, I mean, you might, yeah, of course, like using the same switches is not everything. You also need like the same plate if you want something of the sort. So yeah. Okay. All right, so that's that. Let's just put the daughter board thingy in here. And then put our screws in. FFR for full nylon? Yeah, I believe that is correct. So they should be different from alpacas, I think. Okay. Okay, so I probably should just plug this in first. Oh, where's that sheet? Yeah. Okay. It's a bit easier if you just put these first, and then just all you gotta do is sandwich the O-ring. So I'm gonna do that. There we go. Top. PhD345, hello. Okay, bottom. There we go. Then top piece is pretty much ready. Put this on. It's getting stuck here. Something's getting stuck. The O-ring here sticking out. There we go. Okay. Such a weird mounting. It's not really that much different from gasket strips, to be frank. It's the same concept, but I guess the one nice thing about it is that you're not using adhesive, so that's kind of nice, right? Hey, what's up, Joe? How's it going? Mr. got in joint form. You're Frank? I thought you were Diego? Yeah, I got bamboozled, one drunk man. Alright. Whoever said the misalignment of the port thing, I don't think it's the case here. It looks fine. So that looks okay. Alright. Lastly, let's wipe this off. Grab these feet are pretty nice. I think this is kind of cool. These fitting feet. It's pretty cool. I believe they are different for top and bottom, as you can see. They're slightly different, like the way it's oriented. So this one goes on the top for sure because the screw holes are there. So these are molded specific to the pieces. And they cover the screw holes, which is pretty nice. Bro, what's the name of your desk mat? Funnily enough, it's the Keycaps desk mat, bro. Oh wait, no, this is not the Keycaps desk mat. This is the rubber hose desk mat. That's right. My bad. I kept getting confused because I had the Keycaps desk mats for a while. But yeah, this is the rubber hose desk mat. This is the Big Bad Wolf desk mat from. It was a collaboration with KLC. KLC is a vendor in Korea. They did this collab with Rubber Hose, and they sold 2 different variants for texture and 2 different variants for the design, if I recall. Alright, and put this one on. Bro? Yeah, my bad. I guess there's an upside and a downside to it. Let's see. Let's put this one here. Okay, let's put the rest away. I see the chat is making a boo-boo list for you. Oh yeah, it's fine. Let chat be chat. Okay, so we have a key set for today. The client sent out GMK Red Devils, which I actually haven't seen because I didn't buy this key set. So we're gonna get a lot of red on black. So yeah. Oh, Handarbeit for the typing test? You sure? Okay. We can do that. We can put this on and then get the typing test. Handarbeit first. Let's see. Where do I have it? Akebi's little sister is the cutest thing ever. I know, she's so adorable. I've only watched like 2.5 episodes so far, so not too far yet. Alright, here's Handarbeit for MSA who kindly requested using Handarbeit today. Goodbye points. Let's see. I mean, it's the same thing because they're both GMK sets, so the sound noise is gonna be the same. Okay. Old GMK trays mighty fine. Yeah, they don't make them like this anymore, unfortunately. Also, it'll ship some characters but so wrong at the same time because they're just middle school girls. Yeah. I actually was... I think I was watching the first episode or the second episode and I was like, wait, what age are they again? For a second I thought it was high school, but then I was like, oh wait, no, I guess it's not. But I was a little shocked that they have like a cooking class or whatever, and I was like, dude, I didn't have cooking class when I was a kid. It's like, I wish we had that. Like, life skills class. Monokey trays goated. How else are you going to flip over your keycaps without anything falling? I have to say, the Monokey trays are actually super nice. Like, I would, because they're also compact. So like you can stack those up, and they would fit in like a lot of different like shelving style, like cubbies or containers. So I actually do really like the Monokey trays. They unfortunately did cancel the keycaps, for those who didn't know. But I mean, they are planning on bringing those in stock when they like change. Maybe they're probably gonna make some changes to the texture, which probably won't be, I mean, it's not a big change as far as like I think as far as like the font and like everything else goes, it looks pretty okay. But I think the texture thing is like just a matter of asking the manufacturer. Yeah, so Series 1 is cancelled for now. Vendors are beginning to refund everybody for now. They are planning on bringing it back as an in-stock instead of a pre-order. So that will be in June, I think. What was the reason? I think the main reason was they wanted to make changes to the texture for people who were too concerned that it was gonna like scratch. Best trays is a cap sitting in a keyboard. This is the correct answer, that's for sure. Was it Geekart level of scratching? I have no idea. I have no idea if that's like a... Like I don't have a comparison, so yeah, I don't have a Geekart set to know that, so I can't tell you. I mean, I can bring out like we can actually demo that after this build is done. I mean, after we test this out and stuff, I can bring out some of the Monokey caps, and I can maybe like bring out some water and a you know, like a microfiber cloth, and we can do like a bit of testing on it. I mean, I'm sure they're gonna change it anyway, so it's pretty much just for science and nothing really for nothing else really, because you know they're planning on changing it anyhow. So yeah. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, let's put this one on. Let's put this Corby. It's like the perfect fit for it. Why are we using water? Oh, because that was like one of the recommendations they made was like just grab a microfiber cloth and a touch of water and just rub it, and the scratch will come off. Cause it's kind of like residue almost from the texture. Yeah. All right, let's see. Where's our cable? All right, so here is GMK Handarbeit. Okay. The scratch of the caps is like the glass texture phones that act like sandpaper. Yeah. It's just like the like chalkboard kind of style. Like it's just like whatever. Like when you have a very like matte textured surface, it's like when you like pass something by it, it's like the residue of like whatever you pass by it. Yeah, like that's exactly what it is. Yeah. All right, let's give this a shot though. Okay. Those scratches happen with my MT3 circuit set. So anything textured kind of has that effect that I've seen. All right, here it is. I don't really mind it. I don't personally, but I know some people would be or wouldn't know what to do, even despite the recommendations. So at the end of the day, it just has to do with the people who are more sensitive to these things, and you know, sometimes it kind of gives the rubs off the wrong way. No pun intended. You know. All right. So today we have a F2-84 from Geonworks. This is with an aluminum plate. We have Lilac Tactiles made by Durock. These are sold on Canon case. These are basically similar to T1 switches, which are tactile switches, and they are pretty smooth. These are lubed with Tribosys 3204 and with Deskeys films. And then this is a GMK Handarbeit for the key set, but you know, it doesn't matter what the key set as long as it's like the same brand. All right, here we go. No! If I hadn't made that last mistake! No! Bro, no! Oh, no, my God. So close. 144.8 is my PR, and I got 144.0 because I made this last mistake at the very end. I put an R before the they. Like, I actually typed the... I basically fat fingered the T. So, yeah. That happened. Oh, well. It means it's a good thing because that means that if I am... I actually felt like I was going kind of slow. But that means if I'm consistent in my typing and I just don't make mistakes, I'll actually be able to beat my PR fine, which is great. That's actually really nice. It means my typing's been getting better. Okay, let's listen to the mods. Hear the mods. It sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Up arrow. Yeah, no, it sounds really nice. I actually really like this. It's definitely like a smoother T1, where it's pretty tactile. I would say it's like the bump is, maybe it's because I've been using tactiles more lately, like one like these kind, that feels a little less tactile than it normally feels to me. But it feels good. Like it's like overall like a pretty nice feeling to it. It's not. I think the lube definitely helps this, where it doesn't feel like that there's like a weird snap that happens when stock switches for like these like very tactile switches kind of feels like very like plasticky, very off. Which I think when you lube the switches, it's like pretty good. And the leaf ping is actually not that bad. Yeah, you definitely still hear a little bit of that leaf kind of like snapping back into place. But that's like normal of all the MX tactile switches that you see these days, which even happens with like MX clears, by the way. So yeah, although to a slightly lesser extent, just because they're less tactile bump wise. But yeah, this is really good. All right, so that's the F2. And before he never comes close to this again, probably not Nacho. I think I'll probably come close to this on my off time sometime when I'm like not really thinking about it. That's normally when I break the PVs, which is not frequently. F1, F2 spacebursts are nuts. I do really like the Geonworks F series boards. They're pretty solid. The mounting itself is really good. Like, I definitely think this feels a lot less bouncy compared to the F1 for some reason. It also might have to do with the fact that the O-ring is actually a harder one, maybe, compared to maybe the one I had before. I actually don't know how this compares to the Viton O-ring that I had on my F1 or in some other F1s that I've tried. It definitely feels less bouncy compared to that. And actually the F1, the keycaps, if you look kind of more closely, they would feel like the keys kind of felt like they were sinking more into the case, whereas the F2 is a little bit more on the traditional Korean style, where like the keycaps are closer to the edge of the case. I mean, still nice and recessed, still like, you know, no gaps or anything like that, but like the F1 definitely feels like the keys are much more recessed into the case than the F2 here. But the F2 has this very, very nice side profile, definitely a little bit different from the F1. The bezels are also like slightly different, so yeah. Less meme cuts, yeah, it's like part of that. Maybe the O-ring softness, but overall this feels pretty good. This is like nice and comfortable. I think if you want something bouncy, definitely get like a half plate FR4 half or poly half, whatever, you know, palm, and it would be good. I actually think that this would be pretty cool with a carbon fiber plate. Maybe put a carbon fiber full plate, and this would also sound really interesting. That's another one that you could try. But the aluminum here sounds like really good. Like no qualms again about it, really. Like no. Yeah, I don't hear any kind of like off like resonance or echoing in the case, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. I think F2 songs were already down because of the machining. And even like whatever the issue with machining was, it didn't seem too severe, to be frank. I haven't seen the quote-unquote scuff ones. At least this unit is super solid. Looks really nice. The finishing on it is very good. The ano looks pretty clean. Honestly, this one doesn't have any issues, maybe. So I don't know. I feel like the only way to know is like if you know where you're looking and if you're looking closely enough, I guess. Oh wow, just joined. Congrats on 144. Diego, that's amazing. Oh, thank you. So close. I almost beat it. Let me show you actually. So if you scroll down here, I made one mistake down here on they, and I fat fingered the T. But if this had been correct, I would have gotten 145, and that would have been a PR break. But I mean, by nothing essentially. It's basically rounded up, so it's within the error. So, but yeah, no, pretty nice. All right, do you want me to DM you some photos from mine? Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, I've seen some photos out there too. I just haven't seen on this in particular. At least it's not very like obvious if it were there. But yeah, you can show me. Anyway, let's I was gonna show you guys something right before I said after the build I was gonna do something. What was that again? Someone remember what it was? I'm gonna switch these over from Handarbeit to the Red Devils, but in the meantime, remind me what it was. Actually, don't remember what it was that I was gonna show earlier. Oh, yeah, mono keycap test. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sure. I'll get some. I'll go get a like a microfiber cloth and some like a little thing of water. And I think they also recommend like toothpaste, so maybe I'll just grab a little bit of that too. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I was gonna post photos of the KFE today, so I'll probably do that after the stream's over. Haven't done that yet because I got distracted and I was just doing other stuff today. Out of curiosity, what board is your TA90 on? Pretty sure it's in an MAO white canoe right now, which is like a pretty much perfect fit for it, because it's like this like MAO white is like not as white. It's almost like a nice light gray. So like the alphas pretty much are like a pretty much perfect match to the case. Looks really good. Yeah. Canoe V1 as well. I have a Canoe V1 from back in the day that I still use every so often. I think, I took it to work for a while and then brought it back recently. I swap between that and some Topper stuff at work. And I had the Bakken Echo 60 at work as well. Yeah. Okay. See what this looks like with this key set. So this is GMK Red Devils. First time seeing it in person. It's like a somewhat softer red compared to like jamon. It's like almost like a not quite orange, but it's definitely still red, but definitely a softer kind of red. It also does have the centered mods here. Escapes. Red Devils would look really good on the thermal. Yeah, I actually think the thermal's red here is a bit more vibrant. Like it's like a darker kind of red. So I like the jamon on it right now, but yeah, it would look pretty good on the thermal too. I could see that. So F6, page down. Center mods look so wrong. I think the only thing about center mods is that they are very bare, right? I mean, but that's like in general for icon mods, they look very empty on the modifiers. But I think center kind of accentuates that a little bit more. That's the only thing, I think. Kind of accentuates the emptiness of the keycap there. That said, I do think some people just prefer centered now, so yeah. I tried to see if I would like it though when I had a GMK. I had both 9009 round 3 and GMK 8008. I got both of those sets to see if I would enjoy the centered modifiers on them, but I ended up not liking it as much. Yeah, just what it was. Well, I mean, I was sent this set from the owner of the board, so I'm just putting it in for them. Yeah. They're into black and red, I guess, which is fine. I'm sure a grayscale would look pretty good on this too, though. But, I mean, I would probably just put white on black to be quite frank with you, but yeah. Oh, I see. First time seeing these Hanyang and Hanja keycaps. These are keys that are normally on like Korean keyboards, where you can basically convert. Like this is to change from English to Korean input, and this is to convert Korean to Chinese characters because of Sino-Korean stuff. One thing I don't like, the control is really close to this Hanja legend, which is very. It's like almost very full. Which is okay, but I guess it's a little bit too close. That said, yeah, it's like a nice, interesting novelty to or UV print on this. Dolchar 5 would be best. Dolchar 5 will look really good too on black. I mean, black on Dolchar looks really nice too. Yeah. Hopefully that'll ship soon. I mean, it's supposed to ship this week to vendors, so we'll hopefully see it. We'll hopefully see it like late in April, perhaps. Hopefully. Alright, not sure what. I guess a black one would look pretty good on this. Alright. It looks pretty different. Oh man, yeah, it is the first set that does it. So at least for GMK sets, so it looks pretty good. Verbal Sparring says, I've been looking forward to it. I can't wait for shipping. Yeah, I know. I'm very excited to see Dolce 5 in person. I mean, I know exactly what it's gonna look like. It's just Dolce. I have several sets of Dolce myself. I think the question is, what's it gonna look with the teal mods, the turquoise mods? I think I'm most curious about those accents. I think that's gonna be the gimme. All right, so I'll be right back. I'll bring out the Monoke stuff and we'll check it out in just a sec. Alright, we're back. I brought my toothpaste. I recommend Sensodyne. Very nice toothpaste. I used to use Colgate, but don't like it as much anymore. I'm a Sensodyne person now. Alright. So we have white and black from Monoke here. Get a few keycaps here. I think maybe a numpad key here is probably easier to see. All right. I think that should be good. Alright, so alright, let's do some experimenting here. So here we have some of the keycaps. So the texture looks like this. Sorry about the shaking, it's just the zoom is very high, so it's hard to. Alright, so that's what the texture looks like. Pretty rough texture, right? So we first want to see if it scratches, right? So I'm just gonna use my nail, which is like it's slightly short, but it's, you know, it's just my nail, like my fingernail. So I ran like 3 lines like that, obviously. So look, one thing is I actually cannot see those lines that well at like this angle right here. You can see them in the light there, and then you can see them like that, they're visible, right? Or especially with the focus on now with the camera. So if I try to rub it, doesn't really quite go away here, right? With my finger oils, doesn't really rub off, right? So the test here was we were going to see if this goes away with some water, right? So like, let's just take my microfiber cloth, for example, and just rub it with it. And it doesn't really go away. So I'm just gonna take some water here. So there's some water. Just wet it. So there, it's gone like halfway gone. You can still see the marks, right? So I think they also recommended you use some toothpaste, right? So let's try that. Why not? Was this the recommendation? Let me check. Let me double check. I'm kind of curious now. Let's go back. If you use a small bit of toothpaste with a microfiber cloth, it is gone. Okay. So, small amount of toothpaste. And it is gone apparently. So, there's toothpaste. And I'm just gonna rub it with microfiber. Gonna rub it in like 2 different directions, maybe. And then, so it's kind of mostly gone now, yeah. You can still see it if you like reflect it, so definitely still slightly visible there. But in normal view, like if this were mounted on a board, I couldn't see this anymore. Whereas earlier I was able to see it. But I think it's visible only if you like really try to reflect it and such. So yeah, I could see how this could be a source of complaints. But like the water and toothpaste thing does seem to help. I mean, I'm gonna try it on a different cap, let's say like a 1U here. So there's like, I put some marks there, rub it, doesn't really come off too well. Try it with water. So I'll wet it a little bit. Just rub it in different directions. Actually, so for this 1U key, the water helped. It's pretty much gone for the 1U. So in the case of this convex key, the space key, it didn't quite help, but for this 1U it helped. So maybe it just varies by texture, by key. Now I put some toothpaste on. And again, rub it with a little bit of microfiber. And yeah, it's virtually gone. Yeah, so the toothpaste bit definitely helps. It's pretty much gone there. Like you can barely see it on the reflection there, but it's pretty much gone. But definitely is a bit of that like residue from your fingers. Like same if you try it with like this numpad key, run a line, doesn't really rub off. Grab some water. Or is it wet? And then this one didn't quite come off too well. Maybe try putting some toothpaste on. And yeah, the toothpaste definitely helps. Mostly gone there. So yeah. So it's interesting. Definitely helps in some instances more than the others. Where like water will help if the scratch maybe isn't too deep, or like isn't like the texture itself is just not as rough. And the toothpaste just kind of evens that out a little bit. Like helps basically it helps dissolve whatever's left over as a residue of the material, like, you know, like your fingernails or whatever that might be. I actually don't know if it scratches with like I might try it with like a piece of, I mean, does like plastic scratch on plastic too? Yeah, okay, so that's interesting. Look at this. So I'm gonna take this keycap and try to scratch this other keycap with it. And you don't see it. So it is 100% a residue of whatever you're bringing to it, and plastic to plastic here is not doing anything. Like this mark is from my nail earlier, so it means my nail is is the thing that's chipping off there and like staying in the material. Whereas if I do plastic to plastic, you don't really see anything there. Yeah. It's interesting though. I mean, I can do that the same with something harder than that. So I bring like a piece of metal here. And same thing, like here you can see a little bit more, like the texture is rubbing off a little more. But that's mostly because the metal is harder probably. But again, I think if I like were to rub this with some water, it appears to be gone for the most part. Oh, you still see a little bit of there. Yeah. But yeah. So like the harder the material, like if it's harder than the plastic itself, it'll probably scratch. That's like for any material. But like if it's like your fingernails, it'll leave like the residue from your fingernails. So yeah, it's definitely something that would bother anybody who either has longer nails or who tends to type in a way kind of like when you're like playing the piano, like, and you like put the fingertips like kind of like this, rather than like your finger, like you know, the ends of your fingertips, like the skin part. If it's closer to a nail, then you would probably scratch like a keycap or something like that, and that could be a source of complaints. But anyway, yeah, maybe that helps, hopefully. Is this monocate wob? Yeah. We're just doing some testing. All right. Typing with claws instead? Yeah. I mean, well, hey, there's people who have like longer nails, right? So in that case, you could definitely have that problem. So the rough texture causes some of your fingernail to leave residue? Yeah, pretty much. That's basically what it is. And it, like, by applying toothpaste, you're basically helping it dissolve, like helping it come off from the material, from the plastic. Or like water, right? It just varies to the extent of how like deeply you're kind of like leaving like residue material, or like rubbing off the texture, like, you know, basically changing the surface texture. So yeah. But I mean, this is like, that was like one of the reasons why they decided to change it. So yeah. So it's good for Monoke that they're going to, you know, try again and see if there's like a middle ground where the texture is a better suited, you know, like a better suited, like, I guess, like it's a better suited for enthusiast use, or just like general use. Maybe this was a little bit too rough texture wise, so maybe they'll go with something that's a bit smoother, and that'll probably be enough to address that particular thing. Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I have for today, as far as keyboard building goes. So if you have any questions, let me know. But otherwise, we're pretty much done for the building. We can go rate somebody if we want. I'm not sure who's streaming, but I can double check. Let's see, I see Mr. FC streaming. I see Yura, Disastertron, Frank, Mushiki. I think that's it. Keyword people wise, at least that I see here. Can you breakdance? No. Thermal typing test? Sure, we can try that. Yura? Yeah, we can rate Yura. Rate Frank? Wait, did we rate Frank before? When did we rate Frank last time? I actually don't remember who we... I don't keep track of who we rate every time. So it's a little bit, sometimes I get confused when did I last rate them. I can double check, I guess, when I initiated the raids here. Raids. Oh no, this is like raids for me. Where's raids for other people? Where is it the message for raids for other people? I think we did recently. Yeah, I think so too. All right, I can do it. Yeah, I can type on the thermal one time. All right. I remember ending up in his stream somehow. Yeah, it might have been something like that. All right, here's a thermal. This is MX Blacks on just a regular aluminum plate. Has TX stabs, MX Blacks, lube with I think either Krytox or 3204. I actually don't remember. I think it was 3204 on this one. Yeah, but yeah, MX Blacks on the aluminum, pretty standard. Yeah, no foam or anything like that. Yep. What happens on your right hand? Oh, I just got scraped with something, I think. I was like probably taking something out and like got scraped or something. Yeah. He's becoming into Hamon. But yeah. Anyway, that's what the thermal sounds like. What's the setup? It's the exclamation keyboard I think should have the specs, but it's basically MX Blacks, aluminum plate, 3204 on the for the lube on the switches, TX films, and then TX stabs I think. Yep. Have you seen the IC for GMK Photosphere? Nope. I don't look at any GMK ICs these days, or any ICs for that matter, just about in general, because I just don't keep track anymore. I pretty much just see things when they go on a group buy. There's too many ICs. Also, it's like, I think I missed like on most of the April Fool's stuff, because I also don't care anymore. Kind of never look at Keycap ICs anymore either. So like all these GB IC threads for April Fools kind of were lost on me too. Thank you, no problem, Justin. Is Photosphere still alive? I don't even know what it is. But yeah. Anyway, so that's what I have for now. Wait, what's this? GMK Photosphere. Isn't that? Hold on. Isn't that basically like jamon? Yeah, it's like reverse jamon, I guess. Yeah. It's okay. Oh, they have a comparison. It's very close for sure. Slightly darker on the mods apparently. The question is this very accurate? I don't know. I mean, it is kind of close, yeah. Crimson Cadet versus Red Devils versus Hamon. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, let's say they have this as a basis, so. Okay, I see. It looks alright. Yeah, if you need a red set, I think it's a good one to pick up if you want something a little bit less on the. Hamon's like darker red is a bit definitely has a tinge of more than just red, so yeah. These is for the people who cannot get Perestroika. Yeah, maybe. It looks interesting. Personally, I feel like I have a lot of red sets now. Like I have Burgundy, Hamon, and Crimson Cadet, so I'm personally okay, but I could see this being a pretty successful set. Or like Classic Red is another good one, but I didn't buy Classic Red, by the way, so I don't know. Actually, I wonder how that compares to Classic Red as well. Yeah. Alright. Well, I think that's all I have for today. Oh, I did get some cool mail today, guys. I got some Artisans. I finally got these guys that I was looking for. Ooh. Albumin by Primecaps and the Murray from Polymer Salon. Very cool. Yeah. Alrighty. I believe that is all I have for today, though. I will be building a Tsukuyomi, I believe, sometime this coming week. Probably not. I don't know when. Probably not Monday. Yeah, probably not Monday. Probably either Tuesday or even Wednesday. So, yeah, I should be building a Tsukuyomi then. But otherwise, yeah, let's go raid whoever's live right now. Let me double check now who's live. Maybe they're not live anymore. We can go raid Yura or Epsi. Do you guys have a preference? I mean, I know that Peaches might say like, let's go raid Epsi, obviously. So you guys can choose whichever. I think you're right that we already raided Disaster and Frank before. If you don't have a preference, I'll just literally RNG it. I'll just do heads or tails. Alright, it's heads. That is, we're rating Mr. Epsilon keyboards. Alright. Oh, this one's good. Any NA friendly quiz times? Meowgo notes. Alright. Alright, friends. Have a good rest of your weekend, if it's still weekend wherever you are. And I hope you all have a fantastic coming week. I'll see you guys on the next stream, probably in the middle of this coming week. And we'll check out Tsukuyomi then, and then we'll have some other cool builds. I think I should be building like a High DKL and a JB2C at some point. And like a Zenith possibly. So yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy, everyone. Bye bye.